My name is David Fawcett. I'm a National Registry paramedic, and I've just completed the Firefighter I, Firefighter II training class through Loudoun County Fire and Rescue Training Center. I wanted to become a volunteer firefighter because I'm currently a member of Sterling Volunteer Rescue Squad, and I've done a lot with the rescue squad, but we work a lot with the firefighters, and so personally I wanted to get more trained up on that side, just to be a more well-versed fire rescue person. The class that just finished up is a Firefighter I, Firefighter II class through Loudoun County Fire and Rescue, and the class has been made up of entirely of volunteers. They've taught us all the basic skills to be a firefighter. So we're being taught how to throw ladders. We're being taught how to force entry. We're being taught how to pull hose lines off a truck. We're being taught how to do search and rescue. All the basic skills that it takes to be a firefighter, end to end, is what we've been taught in this class. And then today was kind of the culmination of all putting it all together, where we went end to end. We're getting in fire trucks, a couple blocks away, and then driving up as though it were a real scene. And then each of our teams, our class was split into 4 teams, and we each had specific roles according to what we've been taught. So we had the first in engine team, who's supposed to put water on the first fire, and then we had the second in engine team, who's supposed to be putting water on the second fire, and we had the truck crew, who's doing forcible entry, and they're throwing ladders and ventilating to let some of the hot air and smoke out. And then we had the 4th team, who's standing by as the RIT team, RIT, Rapid Intervention Team. So in case somebody gets hurt or something like that, we got a team who's fresh and there and available, ready to go in to help rescue rescue a downed firefighter or something like that. So we did it all, put it all together, and then once the fires were out, and we'd search the buildings, for victims or dummies in this circumstance, because this training, then we pack it all up and put it away, and put it away so it's ready to go for the next one, just like out in the real world. The most fun thing is probably the excitement of responding to a call and not knowing what's going to be there. The excitement. I mean, you get the red lights and sirens and going through stoplights, taking the appropriate care. But I mean, that's exciting because you're trying to get somewhere to get a job done and get there quick, and you don't know exactly what's going on when you get there. So that's probably the most fun part. But the most fun part isn't always the most rewarding part. The most rewarding part is going to help somebody, and when they're done, having the family, say thank you. That's the most rewarding part of it all. Whether you put a fire out, whether you help carry somebody's grandmother down the stairs, on an EMS incident. Whether you park the fire truck behind somebody who's been in an auto accident and protect them from the other traffic. There's all those things. If somebody turns around and says thank you, that's probably the most rewarding. Because, like I said, everybody who's in this class as a student is a volunteer. They're doing it on their own time, and helping the community is really what it's all about for many of us. There are some fun things here. There's a lot of excitement in being able to go fight fires, to be able to go, drive fire trucks, to go ride on ambulances. There's a lot of excitement there, and so it's fun to a certain degree. But I think everybody who's in this class, who's committed to the volunteer stuff, is doing it because they want an opportunity to give back to the community. They want to do something to help out, and so. You'd be surprised if you go one by one through most of the folks in the class. You'll find out that they're volunteer firefighters, and then they're scout troop leaders, and they're volunteering at their church. It's a really good group of people who are really trying to do well by the community and give back. And I think everybody's just got that sense of commitment and responsibility to help out the community. The basic class is 2 nights a week, 4 hours each night, and then a weekend day. Typically 8 hours. That's kind of the basic schedule. And then on top of that, just about every volunteer who's in this class has a duty crew on top of that. So I'd say probably your basic commitment is about 16 hours a week of class, and then probably a 12-hour shift on top of that for your average volunteer.
I'm Deputy Chief Linda Hale. I'm the Deputy Chief here at the Training Academy for Fire Rescue and the Deputy Chief of EMS. These particular students are actually participating actively at their stations while they're going through this particular program, because while we can train them for simulated scenarios, that really you need to be able to go out there and work with those that have some experience. So they are a 4th person or a 5th person on an engine or on a truck or on a rescue, to be able to get a feel and an understanding for what we truly do. So many of them have already been running calls. They have gone through and been able to do the entry-level program. They have their hazardous materials operations, and now this is the final step for them to become certified firefighters and be able to switch from what we call a red hat, which is a rookie or a recruit, to a yellow hat, which means they are certified to be able to go inside a burning structure. Being able to learn to be a firefighter is very much almost learning to be a dancer. It's very choreographed. Everybody has a specific task. They each know exactly what function they need to be able to perform. They're able to do it without hesitation, and they do it flawlessly, and that's exactly what we're looking for. So at the end, everyone is able to go home safely.